Okay, we are in the second match in the best of three between Deimos and Exarsist. It is another Eldar Chaos matchup. This
After
time,
another restart.
this time Exarsist doesn't start on Vol, but the Vol is 2 tiles away. So in the best of three, on the third match, if Exarsist win this, he's going to have a Vol 3 tiles away. This is how it works.
Exarsist has Arctic Spawn on an influence tile now. He doesn't have either ore or food, which is normally what you want to get an early advantage with infantry.
Another Spirits,
But this will allow him to settle very fast if he decides to, because the settling problem with Eldar is the influence. So we might see 2 cities, maybe even back to back, turn after turn, after the tier 3 tech, if he decides to go more into cities.
Let me just do the intro first. The Deimos tried to ban Sisters again. X also tried to ban Sisters. X then banned. My brain is leaving my body. What am I saying? What did X try to ban?
He banned SM, and then
yes,
they both.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they both picked Chaos Eldar, and then they both tried to pick Orks.
So we have a 40% ore start, 20% food start on a bush for on bush Savannah tile, which is a very good start for Chaos. 40%, you're still gonna open the slave mines because you're gonna have to turn off a building, and the extra ore does add up. But 40% ore and 20% food and some power that will keep him before he needs to build a power building.
And he even has 2 influence outposts for the fast settlement.
And his wall is right next to him, so
he's got
he didn't
four.
lose any resistance.
In true Chaos fashion, he's got 4 Skull Altars around him. Horn will be pleased.
That is a really good start for Deimos.
He also has a second wall that he can see because he can see the tiles, and he can see that it's a desert tile that has research. He could go to grab it early because research is something you want to grab early to add up. If he can hold it, that's very good. But he's probably thinking of a second city location currently.
I mean, he can go for the firm pool because it's a firm pool on grass and river. So this is what, a 60%? Something ridiculous.
It is
and he also
50%.
has a rocks. He can place it on the rocks, which adds another nice amount of ore.
Yes, he has 6 50% food tiles. This is crazy good. Now, the Grox pasture, which is the quote-unquote true food city, is only 30. And then when he caps it all, it'll be 50. So he can have 5 tiles at 50. Or he can just have 6 without even needing to cap it. And if he caps it, he can use Rite of Change more often. So this city spot here.
Yeah, I think he's going
good.
there because of the rocks as well, yeah.
Yeah.
With 40% on his first city or outpost and 20% his second, he might never run out of ore. He might just not need the slave mines at all after a certain point.
Kind of a cracked start for Deimos.
And for
Eldar
Eldar,
has power and not outposts.
Well, he doesn't have a good ore tile to build an ore on. He does have +4 ore from outposts, which you could argue is a bit better because you simply don't have to build ore with this start.
He has a 40% ore.
He still has to open, I think, 1 ore. Otherwise, he will have problem both maintaining production if he goes infantry and making the buildings. I don't know what he's gonna do for cities. Might go ore and production in the middle to get the 30% that the gate provides, and then start building barracks straight away in a production city so he can build them fast.
Now, this is a very interesting map. It's like both players are spawned very close to each other. Like, it's not even opposite ends. Like, they're both cramped into this corner, and there's a loyalty relic between them.
There's still, again, there is no good food gate anywhere close unless he ventures to the north or north middle that has power and ore.
He can take that one. He can take the desert. The desert Grox will be good because you can build electricity for warlocks if he needs. He'll probably take that.
Desert Grox is good. Yeah, it's not too far away. Still need to probably teleport units from there, depending on how much he's gonna get pushed by Deimos.
He's doing the same build.
Yeah, he teched hero building and vehicle building again, tier 1. He doesn't start with grenades, which puzzles me, considering he's gonna build his vehicle building after the second city, so he could just backtake that and get grenades, which will help him clear much easier. But he opts to get grenades before combat instead of getting grenades early, which will result to him having always the grenades off cooldown before the combat because you have never used them, but makes your clearing slower in comparison.
Now Deimos has opted to just cap the fermentation pool before building anything, and I suspect this way he's doing this is he can get as much population as possible before he techs Rite of Change, so he can just spam it more quickly, more often even.
Probably taking Rite of Change right now as a third tech, and he might be able to. He can already pop it on the second city because he already has the population, and the first city always has the slave mines that will be turned off, and we have an Infernal Fabricator again to make rhinos. He has not seen the relic. He has not seen the enslaver yet.
Yeah, he does. He sees it on the Crocs pasture.
No, after he.
Do you not beforehand on the Skull Altar?
No. Because. Well, from his point of vision, it was great. Eldar has some very nice map control. It doesn't have really anything else to get below because the only outpost is Bastion that he cannot tackle yet. There is an Umbra there. He's probably going to check the outpost on the right and go north. And going north also will let him get his preferred third or second city. We're getting a Spirit Seer again.
I love how this is going to be a very fast Sims because the amount of wildlife on the bottom side is absolutely nothing, and then you have an absolute army on the other side.
Exorcist might be pressed in ore because he didn't make any ore and he's going straight for the food, which he definitely needs, considering he has no food outposts except for a single Crocs, and he started on a 0% food tile. That will get him. It's necessary if you want to produce infantry to get the ore fast, and he spent food on his hero already. That will prevent him probably from getting the cities as early as he wants, if he wants to build on them straight away too, because of no ore. Or he simply is going to get the ore as a fourth building, which will delay his barracks. And last game we had the situation where Deimos had a much bigger army because Exarsist decided to delay his barracks and he didn't have enough production by the time he got attacked by Deimos.
I think Exorcists should be fine on ore. He just bought another ore field, which was not revealed by a gate, so he's quite lucky discovering that. With that, he should be at 7 ore income, which should be enough to maintain his production for a while. But if he wants to afford 3 cities, that's going to be expensive. So maybe he could opt to stay on 2 cities and for a while get his expansion on the Grox. Over there he has a 20% ore tile which he could build on before selling to a third.
He has turned off his infantry building because he can only produce a single more guardian and he's overpopped currently. He still needs to make more food if he keeps if he wants to keep producing infantry. We see some early use of his influence, teleporting the guardian on the bottom side to the top side.
Looks like he prioritizes his fast third expansion, grabs the shard first, since it has rockstone volcanic.
And also production city that will allow him to get barracks early to hopefully this time have the production to match Deimos. He's going for the vehicle building on his main town. Not getting any more barracks. That might be a good decision for now, because he doesn't have enough food to produce a lot of guardians. Man, he's probably going to expand food tiles, food buildings on his third city. Deimos this time going for an early Cult of Chaos before he gets infantry buildings on his main town.
I think he did that last time as well.
Did?
He does have an infantry building there.
He on his second city. He also got a Power Gauntlet, which is a strong item for a melee hero, plus 25% damage, especially hitting single target cities.
I wonder what that could be for.
Rite of Change has been popped in both cities. There's a very interesting thing that could happen in this matchup. Last game, Deimos predicted where his opponent was, and he moved directly there. But looking at the map, he might think to go top towards the middle again, and that will give Exorcist more time because he spawned on kind of a different location, and he might not. But Deimos now sees the outpost, so now he knows where his enemy is.
He doesn't see it, but Exorcist sees Deimos.
He sees that the outpost is taken through the fog of war.
Oh.
It's
When did he see? Oh, presumably when he went on the Skull Outpost. Skull Altar.
Yeah. So now they both know that they are close to each other. Guardian almost died to the Castellan robot. I'm gonna clear that up before getting the city. I still like to see more production buildings, and the early vehicle building, unless he takes batteries, he's still gonna not really have an effect.
Will you win against a robot? I hope so.
He
Looks
healed
like
the
a close
Guardians
battle.
after he attacked. One less model to hit the robot with.
If the robot focuses hero, then he can manage. Otherwise, that's going to be difficult.
And that's kind of an unfortunate fight there with the robot.
But he can reduce one armor, so if it doesn't hit the Guardian, it should die quite fast.
We're getting a second ore on the second city, and the first city is getting a second vehicle building. I'm thinking that he might go Hornets.
Surely he goes
So,
Fool's Wrath support battery.
I think he's overproducing on ore, and he will not have enough barracks.
yeah, that's why he's going for the vehicle building. But what vehicle are we expecting out?
I think he has too much
Hornets,
ore.
batteries?
Hornets maybe, they're a bit more expensive. Val support batteries also a bit more expensive. This could warrant the double ore. See, it's the Val support battery.
I didn't use the Jinx on the robot. Guardians would have probably killed him with the Jinx.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So the robot survived one more time.
Well, Exorcist wildlife is so much easier than Deimos's. Look at the difference. Very bizarre.
Poxwalkers always slow to deal with. Dead caster, Tears caster again on the Linus.
Oof.
We're getting an early power generator for the Chaos. Because he wants to keep his power positive to be able to drop those crowns.
Deimos is floating a lot of ore.
He did take Vol's Wrath support batteries. He's making a Shining Spear instead though.
Probably just for the scouting.
We have the armor penetration from tier 4 on the Eldar. And he could get another city if he wants. With the influence he has, he needs to save up on ore for 2 more turkeys. I think the Chaos attack is gonna arrive much earlier this game, only because the players are so much closer. And he doesn't have to walk too far. Or there aren't any robots in the way to stop his reinforcements. The only thing in the way is a damaged Boxwalker. He has started already moving on that side.
Well, Deimos already has 3 production buildings finished.
And the fabricator making Linus.
Yeah.
Also, cultists will be able to drop crowns.
5 in total. I feel like
Crown.
Exarsist is lagging behind in production again.
He's trying to pick up the production with the vehicle buildings. But the second ore on his main town feels more like a long-term play. Right now he has enough ore and he has enough ore bank to be able to get more production buildings instead of a second ore. And because of the nature of the Eldar cities having slower growth, he will be forced as he is to turn off one of the ores already.
Maybe he wanted to get it for a faster expansion, if he wants to go for 3 cities again.
Leveling
It's
the
the only
spirit
way I can see it, him building a second ore.
Instead of Fire Dragon, he opted for the +1 ore that tier 4 has. So his ore buildings produce 7 instead of 6 now. And he only has 2 of them. Obviously, he doesn't want to go Fire Dragon, so he doesn't invest in infantry because they are expensive. So might as well get the ore. But that's not gonna help him that much right now because he got his third city and he's already still floating some more, and he's making 40 ore a turn.
That's a lot of ore.
He might be taking grenades soon now because he still has guardians. He can see Deimos knocking on his door, or should I say his gate.
Maybe he will add a barracks on his first expansion. No, another ore.
Another ore. That's surprising. I don't know what he plans to do with all that ore. Unless he...
yeah, since he has his food city up now, it would be good for him to start adding his infantry production.
I think he is gonna try to do full vehicle this time, because last game also Deimos neglected getting his bombs early. And what he's thinking is, I'm gonna keep the one infantry building producing Guardians, because Guardians are good value units. And considering he already has 2 tier 4 techs, he's probably taking Wave Serpents currently. And he wants to mass produce Wave Serpents. And he's gonna be able to start doing it with 2 vehicle buildings, but 2 vehicle buildings are not enough to mass produce tier 5 tanks. They're pretty expensive on production.
They'll be quite good in a defense, yes, the Wave Serpents. But at tier 5, maybe they would arrive a bit too late, since Chaos is already looking to siege him soon.
He's looking to siege, but Hero hasn't even started producing yet. Hero building in 3 turns, because he went power first this game. And I think Exarsist is gonna get the Wave Serpent very soon, because he already has the 2 tier 4 techs. The only problem I see is that he doesn't have the production to support making the vehicles. Not that he won't have the research timing. He needs at least a 3rd vehicle building.
Considering how much ore he is building, the Wave Serpents are probably the thing he's aiming for.
He's lucky that Deimos, or maybe he's using that to his advantage, that Deimos is very effective, but he is also predictable on the strategies he's doing. So if Chaos opened vehicle, this would be a very horrible decision to make, to go into Eldar vehicles. But his infantry won't have such an easy time if he had gone for vehicles.
Chaos Vehicle into Eldar can be good, but you need a lot of technology for it. Fire Dragon is trade quite efficient, but if you reach the Havoc Launchers for your Rhinos, you can trade back.
I was talking about the vehicle versus vehicle matchup. And considering he's going Wave Serpents and he's producing vehicle buildings, he's probably going to follow up with Prisms later. And Prisms would do very poorly if Chaos had gone for vehicle.
Yeah, for sure.
Or he might not, considering he started building infantry buildings again on his second expansion.
A mix of infantry and vehicle could perform against Chaos vehicles, since they lack the damage to effectively kill infantry early on, until they get the technologies on their Havocs. Rhinos, I mean.
That's true, but this is a mixed build, it's not Chaos vehicle. And the Chaos Berserkers will still be able to deal with infantry, and if he gets Melta Bombs, they will be able to deal with the vehicles.
Yeah, and even the Wave Serpent 10 armor won't save him against a Melta Bomb.
And he might be thinking of loading up vehicles with higher quality units, but he will need to backtech either Fire Dragons or... Actually, he has a lot of energy, so he might go straight for Warlocks. But doesn't have any production to support the building of Warlocks yet. He only has a single barracks and making the second barracks in 6 turns. Wave Serpent has been teched at turn 33. Might see Warlock follow up tech from tier 5. Crown has been teched for Chaos. Probably getting Warpstone Balls currently. Much more unlucky on the neutral clearing for Deimos this game. Not a single Chaos unit has a boon. If he has taken the crystalline body, that is, from the kills they have. Last game, quite a few, if not most of his army had already crystalline body by the time they met with the Eldar. And that's an after effect of the spawns being too close and cannot really go clear neutrals far away because you leave yourself open from that side and you have to respect your opponent.
In terms of the early game clear, Exarsist had the advantage. A lot of outposts without a lot of wildlife guarding it, except for the robots at the artifact.
And he's going to be able to keep that map control considering his opponent is right at his city gate, so he's not going to lose map control as he loses fight until a city goes down.
And if he manages to get the wave serpent out in time, then Deimos would have to wait until he researches melta bombs. So that could buy him a lot of time.
That will drop him quite, yes.
And the Val support battery does not require line of sight, so he could put them behind the city and shoot Deimos wherever he is. So it's quite a good unit to defend with.
There is another way he could deal with an early wave serpent if he realizes that, yes, he might have a serpent, but he probably doesn't have any more right now. Considering the serpent is going to be quite later after the wall battery, because he's making the Lord, and the Lord is going to be out before the serpent. So if he can give him up, the Lord can deal with the serpent.
Yeah, but the downside would be he would have a quite low level Lord, but he could place a crown to give it enough invulnerability to perhaps siege with it.
We see the protect from the spirit sphere on the guardians in the front, giving them 1 armor. Expecting the chaos to probably move in. Third vehicle building being built. This time he didn't go loyalty. He did take the loyalty tech, but he didn't make the building, opting to go for more protection early on, which is probably the correct play versus an aggressive player. And we have the fourth production building being made on the first city and the first production building being made on the third city. Grabbing the outpost as a city tile, both providing defense and extra power and on his first expansion. And after three or buildings, I'm guessing he's going to follow this up with more production on that city as well. Has a lot of stacked up resources after all. He needs to be able to spend them. Deimos is floating massive resources too. This time, getting a fourth infantry building on his second city. Last game he had 3 on his second city, 2 on his main city. Realizing he has a lot of food, getting the means to spend it.
But in the future, he may not be able to keep up with the food
It's
for
a
barracks.
tempo play.
Even for a tempo play, that's a lot. +7 is.
And he used his really good food tile for his barracks instead of building him on the other tile.
He has 3 more. Oh, okay.
He had a really good 50% food tile where he made 3 barracks on.
He's probably expecting that, well, I'm going to fight and I'm going to lose units, and I already have a very big bank of food.
And he's, also, if he builds 4 food buildings, 2 on 50, and then 2 on 40 on the rocks, that's gonna be give about +30 or something.
I don't think he's gonna have food problems. That's why he opted the early fourth food building as well, because he has a bank and he needs to spend it. After all, in this game, the army value is what matters, being able to deal damage compared to your opponent.
If he goes in soon then and loses some units, then it would probably work out. if he can get some good trades on Exorcist.
You have 2, 4, 5 berserkers on the front line, 4 rhinos, 1 chaos warrior, and 3 cultists. That's a very big force to try to defend with only 5 guardians, a hero, and a signing spear.
But the Val support battery will be a huge help, I think.
And remember, if he ends up getting the Wave Serpent out, he can slow down the Khorne Berserkers, and that will increase the damage the Vol support battery does to them. It's not a pin, it's a strike down. And I believe Berserkers are still affected quite well.
We're gonna see the first Wave Serpent at 6 turns from now, I think. At 42. Or 43. The battery is out. And by the time the
Great.
serpent is out, the third vehicle building is gonna be up as well. So after the first serpent, he's gonna be able to mass produce them much more effectively.
Now,
He
if
created one
yes, I was gonna say if he wants to engage, he should kill more than that because the Alpha Strike of Eldar is very strong. But if a cultist dies for a Guardian, that's Deimos favored.
Whilst the Overwatch, there was no Overwatch due to the Boxwalker, but it's still a negative trait if he cannot do good damage on a counterattack.
Well, is worse. Numbers wise, when you are defending the lower number of the smaller armies, it's easier to defend. So even if he gets a few trades that are not very beneficial for him, but let's say both sides lose like 3 or 4 units, then it makes it easier to defend around a city when the numbers are lower.
Sure,
So
but why not just do that and have a better trade?
maybe he couldn't figure out a better trade, or he didn't believe going blind, considering he doesn't have vision of the entire army, was a good idea. And he's trying to basically delay as much as he can because this game he's scaling pretty well. Giving Wave Serpents, he has more production buildings than what he's thinking is probably I want to delay and a few unit trades won't let him be able to push that easy.
I mean, it's going to require what, maybe 4 melter bombs to kill a Wave Serpent in a city, maybe even more.
He's getting tiles for instead of building anything on his second expansion to be able to defend better, which is a good idea right now. Have a scan. He could brave out to go kill the Rhino. He sees there is nothing else on the rocks in between. Guardian for a cultist again.
But for the Wave Serpents, Lord is going to be quite scary. Deimos has 420 influence, and
Nice.
he already got 2 items for free.
Does he have
that's
six?
going
Does he have
to be-
69 ore as well?
That is true. The Case Lord is going to be a problem, and there's nothing on the field this game, considering we're not gonna probably be getting any Warlocks
Well, if we
or
get to
Fire Dragons.
Fire Prisoners, will be good because they have the Lance feature, which means they ignore armor. But their damage
Yes.
is kind of
Armor increase on the Guardians in the forest.
I mean,
Didn't
it's
brave
only +1.
Didn't brave out to try to kill the Rhino on the top. put the Shining Spear in the town. My first crystalline body on Berserk.
What did he trade the Guardian for? Was it the cultist again?
The cultist.
Yeah, it was a cultist.
2 Guardians for 2 cultists.
Yeah, not the best trade value-wise, but
He probably just wants
still
to.
delays.
Yeah.
And considering
This
that
is
he
what
still has a
he
lot of
put.
foods, I don't think he should be trading out units this carelessly. If he had a lot of barracks, a lot of expendable units, and perhaps not a good food supply, then you would consider trading units like this. But I feel like he's not in such a position.
Having a barrack setup definitely hurts him, but he opted for the vehicles this game. Deimos has 3 currently working because his population started on his second city.
Oh, the Val support battery is pretty good. It 2 shots the Chaos infantry. I think it does like 9.8 damage against Berserker. So that's pretty good.
It's heavy, right? No, it's blast. Could be more close to 11 damage on the Chaos Berserker if it's stationary. We see a second infantry building from the top down. So 2 infantry buildings currently working, a third one on the way. 2 vehicle buildings working, a third one on the way. So he has currently matched Deimos production of 1 fabricator and 3 infantry buildings. Because Deimos is a bit population start, but he's gonna be able to get them working on next turn, and he has 1 more build next turn. Deimos next turn will be up to 6 production buildings. But Exarsist is catching up, and he has the potential to make higher tier units if he can hold this fight. He's going for a 4th war building on his forward town.
Those wave serpents are expensive. 80 ore.
They certainly are. Deimos exploring side found another Eldar city. Nagged some chaos cultists. Both of them have a single relic, loyalty.
Curious that he's putting these guardians in the city because he knows the rhinos are going to start, and the guardians will not do anything to rhinos. I guess he's just worried about the Chaos Lord getting in the city, and he's like, I will scrap a few guardians just to stop the Chaos Lord getting in.
That's probably what he's thinking. Otherwise, he would have more troops waiting for a counterattack behind. But last game, on both of the attacks, after Deimos went in, he had positioned around the force dealing damage to the city, and Exorcist could not get close enough to do anything to it. He didn't have such a big force to counterattack, though. So it could be different this game, even if Deimos managed to go into the city. And cities can be quite a damage punch. Deimos taking the correct opportunity of my enemy doesn't really dare attack me right now, so I'm gonna send some units around and take his map control. while he's waiting for his lord, possibly. We currently have 27.5 army upkeep for the Chaos and 12.2 army upkeep for Eldar, much smaller force. And Hero also takes some upkeep, which the Chaos Hero isn't even out yet. But he's gonna be able to catch up soon. And his units are high value on damage, so he's gonna be able to trade. First wave Serpent is out.
They're tier 5, aren't they?
Yeah.
Crazy tanky for tier 5.
And now with the 3 production buildings up, you can make one every 3 turns. He needs to disable something on his main base. Gave it armor with the Spirit Seer.
Looking at upkeep, Exarsist is on 18. And Deimos is on 27. I think this is... Why do you think there's such a discrepancy in upkeep? Like, they both skipped book.
Probably because Deimos had the opportunity to make buildings both faster because of the Rite of Change and earlier, considering he has 2 cities faster. And also Exorcist stopped to make a food building early on one of his cities, and or on his second city, get the resource. But I think Exorcist will catch up in upkeep soon because he's making higher quality units right now. If he's given the chance and doesn't lose a city or something. He's going for the loyalty building right now on his main city. Might be the last building and then turn off the
he
crane.
loses a Shining Spear to cultists. Chaos is angry at him again, just like in the last game. That's really bad.
That's definitely unfortunate. Losing your scouting unit.
And his top city is taking quite some damage.
He might also lose a guardian that he went out to get the outpost from. And Deimos can take that for free just by moving in the Rhino to stop the overwatch. Deimos has yet no idea though about the vehicle play. He has not seen the Serpent. He has not seen the Wolf Hammer. He has only seen the Shining Spear that moved out and scanned once. So he could be thinking this is a full infantry build with like one vehicle building again, like last time.
And he also sees the +1 infantry armor. So it's possible that he may not have prioritized the Melta Bomb, and he will go for infantry armor first, which could delay his push for quite a while.
He's moving his rhinos and the berserkers inside to the bottom side of the Eldar city. Might be trying to get a bit of a surround before he attacks. Having vision with the rhino down and nothing on that side. The Lord. The Lord has been transported to the trader and he bought an axe, +3 armor, 25% extra attacks, +3 HP, and he's using the power gauntlet for +25% damage as well. So this is a fully kitted out Lord. bit of a less impactful game than the first game. Players deciding to not engage as they both took quite a lot of losses on the previous game, on the first engagement, waiting for more important pieces of their army, as like the Case Lord and a few Wave Serpents, to be able to go in more safely and get good trades on the first turn of action, instead of trading their units around.
And he just bought his items on the Scales Lord, and he got Axe of Blind Fury, which he will probably come to regret after he sees the Wave Serpent on the city.
Does Lord need the axe to kill Eldar infantry in the first place?
Well, when you have Corn Berserkers, maybe it's not necessary. But I think it should give him a one-shot on Eldar infantry.
The Deimos is playing the same game again as the previous game, trying to cut down on his mistakes and not engaging until he's sure he can do damage, having more production this time, having one more infantry building. But he's going a bit blind. He still doesn't know about the vehicle play. Exorcist hasn't gone for Warlocks, which maybe he could have, considering he has a power down and he has stocked up 200 power. But tier 5 goes the infantry armor and the vehicle armor. And I wouldn't say he's mixed his vehicle only anymore. He's probably mixed, considering he has 2 barracks and 1 more on the way.
And for Warlocks, there's just too much on tier 5. I think Wave Serpents, infantry armor. He'll probably want to push to tier 6 perhaps for Fire Prisms.
That's what he's taking, I would guess, right? Yeah. But also, Wave Serpents are not gonna be providing that much right now in terms of damage value, because the enemy is infantry. And Wave Serpents are already pretty good versus infantry. And Fire Crisps are not gonna be something that it will give him a real advantage over having Wave Serpents in this match.
But with the Chaos Lord, perhaps it could be the only thing that can damage the Lord for him at this point. But Wave Serpent's probably a better option against infantry. Also more tanky.
Has also the secondary attack that can finish off things.
He managed to get a second Wave Serpent, which will probably stop Chaos from sieging until he gets the Melta Bombs.
The second one is the third Wave Serpent is gonna come out only in 2 turns because of leftover production if he decides to go for the third one. So he definitely has an army to hold compared to last game. Deimos is gonna have his Lord be able to go in and attack in 2 turns from now. So the attack is probably going to happen on turn 40.
And
Going for the Demon Prince again with his extra influence.
And he has a really good energy and a really good influence, so that'd probably be good. And for the Lord with the axe, it doesn't quite one-shot a Guardian on the city tile, but it does so anywhere else.
Can also create up to 7 Noctolith crowns with the energy he has. He doesn't have 7 cultists in the front line, but the 3 cultists he has can definitely pop 3 crowns straight away. Decided to not encircle the city from the bottom side, maybe thinking his army could spread a bit too thin. He's just taking a look with Rhino and taking over the outpost. He has taken considerate amount of outposts from our Eldar player that had the map control. I wouldn't say he's that much better right now. Second wave serpent taking position in the city tile in the front. No melta bombs inside. And the Chaos Lord will do about 1/3 of the HP of a single serpent. So this base is unpushable currently. You can try to envelop around and kill a lot of the guardians or the supporting units. But he will definitely take a lot of damage back for that.
Yeah, he cannot really push into this. And he could perhaps sell his axe for a blade, which gives +2 penetration on his lord. But there's no nearby trader camp, so that would delay him too much, probably.
And because of the reason that he doesn't know what is waiting for him in the city, next time he moves in and he's gonna have to decide if he wants to commit or not in an attack that might not be beneficial for him. And he will not know until he moves at least something into 2 Overwatch range. He won't know what is that. And because he probably is gonna move Rhino first to stop Overwatch, whatever is in the Rhino will have to commit if it goes up to next to the city.
I think it would be been really good for him to fight earlier, since the Eldar
There
city
we
is
go.
not that
Yeah.
good against Chaos infantry. But here he comes.
This is the wave setup. 3.2 damage.
Maybe he can wrap around and damage the backline. Perhaps that's going to be his play.
It's a good crown position. Or maybe not, because the city can actually kill it. Exarsist is gonna be forced to kill the crowns if he wants to do good damage to anything else first, which is gonna take some attacks. And there's 3 crowns around the city, almost giving reduction to everything, except except 2 of the rhinos that are outside the range. See what he prioritizes to first.
And if Deimos was researching infantry armor, perhaps he would have opted to cancel it and go straight for Meltas. That could probably be better.
It's definitely a possibility. The third serpent is already out. Teleported it into the tile. Very nice. Doesn't want to give these tiles to the chaos player. Well, Exorcist doesn't have this information. There is no other cultist available that can make a crown. So after these 3 crowns go down, for until new cultist reinforcements, there's not going to be any new crowns.
Deimos has 7 more berserkers. Will that be enough? He can certainly kill all of these cultists, and at some point he can maybe move the Rhino with the 3 berserkers perhaps to the back and try to get more tiles to hit the city, perhaps.
He will need to surround the city fully because he cannot tackle the 3 wave setters. Only the Chaos Lord does good damage to them currently. Opted for some damage on a Chaos Berserker unit. Normally, doing damage and killing a few models from infantry units, and even if you cannot finish them off, is a good thing because their damage is tied to their model count. But in Chaos specifically, you might be able to heal your units up through the bloated effect. So finishing them off is slightly more important in this faction. But it's still a good thing to lower their numbers, so you don't have that much of a problem when they do damage work. Oh, did he end turn or did he run out of time? Because he moved the Guardians up. I guess he just moved them up to block me. His loot has made space, but there is nothing to take the tile in this turn. Everything is out of range.
Oh no, he can kill the spirits here.
Can he? Oh yeah, with the Rhino.
Just enough.
That's massive demoralizing the entire army. And getting the crystalline body on the berserker that got the kill as well.
Yeah, the wave serpents were a huge problem, but he's simply outnumbering Eldar here.
There's nothing left other than the 3 serpents and a single wall battle.
He has one more guardian and a wave serpent, but maybe it can kill 1 berserker, but it wouldn't be enough to really make a difference.
Next guardian's coming in 2 turns from the top city. Going for a loyalty on the Orks city that he's currently fighting. Lord doing 21.5 damage on the city if it remains broken by the end of the turn. Moving the wave serpents around to block access specifically to the Lord from entering the city. And he finished up Berserker unit. And one of the Berserkers is also very low, unless he gets bloated instead by killing either support batteries or guardians. Or he can simply load it in the transport and go away. I think this is going to be over, and the GG is going to be called too soon. Wounded Berserker gets into the transport. Not going to get the kill on that. There is only 2 serpents remaining.
While the serpents were quite good at stopping chaos, they do not really do that much damage in return.
And the GG has been called. This is the end of the semifinals, with Deimos winning 2-0 versus Exarsist, playing the same matchup, both of the games, Chaos versus Eldar.